Greetings, this is John the Gray Tarot Wizard and Mojo, my psychic guard cat, with the ELEVENSIES. Wake up and smell the tarot instant group tarot. There's Mojo, my psychic guard cat, always the star of the show. However, that's not necessarily the best place for him to hang out if I'm going to do a card reading. You see the cards there, kind of hard to work around the cat. And this is going to be a little bit too much glare. In any case, we're podcasting from the abode Adobe in County Cottonwood, in the state of Conquistador, in the land of unwarm sunshine. And as I said before, this is the ELEVENSIES report. We've had to change the name because we've gone worldwide. By the way, I know that for a fact there's more than 100 people that watch this video every time I publish one. And this is my only income, so I appreciate whatever you send me by way of tips, by way of Venmo or PayPal. There are instructions for doing so on the description of this video. So there's Mojo. I think I'm going to have to move him, or maybe we can find a way to work around him. To the cards. Yeah, Mojo, I think you're going to have to move a little bit. Go ahead. Well, that's not exactly what I meant. We got your tail in the picture. Let's get you moved a little bit more. Give me enough room, okay? Okay, there he is. Now, we're going to shuffle the cards. I'll do a 10-card Celtic cross spread. I'll be using a Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, which of course is available from U.S. Game Systems. And remember also that part of what I say may make sense to you, and part of what I say may make sense to someone else holding an entirely different question in their mind. And you can project a question into the deck, whether you're watching this today or years from now. All right, I believe that's enough shuffling. I know, shooting into the light isn't all that good. Let's turn on some light. Just a little bit more light wouldn't do us. Okay, so, to the cards. People have told me they want longer readings, so I'm going to try and come up with there. That's one of the victory cards, at least for mundane issues in your life. This is victory, but it's reminding you there could be some jealousy. All right, crossing you today is the Magician card, which is about communication. You'll notice that one hand points down to stay grounded, the other one points up to be connected with your higher self or your spirit guide or what have you. And together, a ham radio operator would say, get a good ground on your antenna, right? So there you go, and nearly infinite energy is available to you. That Lamast, or infinity symbol above the magician's head, is saying that at least briefly, and I'm going to say for the next 24 hours, you have a really good chance at doing some good communication. Also, this card is about having all of the elements necessary on your altar before beginning your working, and it would work also if you're happening to do a project of some kind, have all the tools and equipment ready for that project. But this is an advantage. Not only are you in for some victory, but you may be called on to teach others. That's what this card is about. It's also about being at an advantage point. So that's always good news. There's the King of Rods or Wands. As another person, it's someone who has your back, looking out for you, literally. Someone who's probably one of the 3 fire signs and quite a bit older than you are. So that would make this individual an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. Above you in the mental and thinking and spiritual connection is your Wisdom card. This is the Hermit. This is saying that you are connected with your higher self at this point, and so it's a good time to let your little light shine, whether it's riding to victory, communicating, or having an advantage, perhaps the opportunity to mentor others. There's a 5 Swords card. This is right in front of you. This means that possibly starting tomorrow and maybe running for 5 days, there'll be some important lessons for you to learn. And of course, you've always got to stay at least one chapter ahead of the students, right? So there's the 6 Swords card. This is about travel. It's in your self-image. It could be internal travel to your higher self, to your sense of God or goddess. And it could mean commuting. And there's the 9 Pentacles card. In the old days, we'd say expect a small sum of money. It's in your environment position, and so we could say something like you can expect maybe finding a small sum of money in your environment, or a trigger to finding a small sum of money in your environment. And of course, my definition of a small sum of money is that if I'm walking down the street and I see a $5 bill and pick it up, I'm feeling lucky. I say, look, I found a small sum of money. On the other hand, if Bill Gates or the Koch brothers or some other really super rich person found while walking down the street a $500 bill, they'd say exactly the same thing. Look, I found a small sum of money. Now, in your hopes and fears position is the 8 Rods. This is about rapidly incoming information. This is Radar O'Reilly saying incoming, so be prepared. In the old days, it could be a telegram. Nowadays, it could be an email or text message, or indeed, it could be even receiving a snail mail letter. The outcome card is the Lovers. This is about partnership. It's also about a major decision coming up in your life, and it's a earth changing, or at least your worldview changing decision. And it can be about love, but it doesn't have to be, but it's definitely at that level. In the hidden position is the Page of Cups. This individual is hiding from you at this point, or unseen in any case, and is a page or a student of some kind, maybe one of the students that your inner hermit will be teaching, according to this card. And this individual will be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And look what he's hiding. Work, more work, possibly gainful work. So that's always good. So that's in the hidden position, and I've even given you one more little peek at what's going on behind the scenes. All right, so let's do kind of a summary now. See if I can get it all together now in one picture. Kind of hard to work through the camera. All right, so there's the whole picture. I'm going to stand up, get a better look at it, help you to get a better look at it. If you find that these videos are helpful, please send a donation or a cash gift by way of PayPal. It is my only income. This is me busking for tips at the intersection of the Information Superhighway and Facebook Lane, and occasionally posted up at the signpost at YouTube Circle. YouTube Circle. All right, so let's look at some timing elements. Lots of fire in this reading, by the way. 7 weeks would be 7 weeks ago. You could also be projecting into the future, 7 weeks less 2 days. This is 6 weeks in the future from the instant you saw that card hit the grounding cloth. This is 6 days in the future starting day after tomorrow. 9 years in the future starting day after tomorrow. We forgot this one. This is 5 days in the future starting tomorrow. This is 8 weeks in the future starting day after tomorrow. So there's your timing elements. On clock timing, it would be 0, 100 hours plus, well, let me count it up here. So there's 6, 13, 21 minutes and 6 seconds. Oh, and not 6 seconds, but 11 seconds. 21 minutes and 11 seconds after midnight, Greenwich Mean Time or your local time. That's the time to pay more than the usual attention. I've tried to give you a little more detail. We've run about 10 minutes now. Of course, there's always the meeting with the cat, but he's gone now. Sorry that I can no longer do live videos, but as far as my equipment is concerned and my internet connection over CenturyLink, it just isn't going to happen anytime soon. But I do appreciate you watching and sending kind and generous tips. Remember to keep this wizard podcasting on Facebook and elsewhere. It's important to help pay the bills. And so I greatly appreciate whatever tip you send in any amount. And I also need other kinds of encouragement. Remember, as you send off those kind and generous tips in any amount from any country that supports PayPal, please keep chanting, I do believe in wizards. I do believe in wizards. I do believe in wizards. Bye-bye for now. This has been John the Great Tarot Wizard and my psychic guard cat, Mojo, now hard at work chasing morphogenic field mice in the morphogenic field just outside of the Akashic record halls where he patrols so we don't have to, with the ELEVENSIES report from Abode Adobe in County Cottonwood in the beautiful land of unwarm sunshine. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.